Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione, the man now charged with the murder in the killing of a health insurance executive.
I'm not doing this video to say if he's right or wrong. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about whether or not this guy, if he's actually natural. Coach Greg, in today's video, it's a natty or not on somebody you wouldn't have expected. Luigi Mangione. This kid, this young man who was a valedictorian, a smart guy, well received by almost everyone, and also extremely good looking, very handsome. So much so that this guy has a physique worthy of doing a natty or not. Well, he ended the life of somebody who was a healthcare CEO.
Luigi Mangione, the man now charged with the murder in the killing of a health insurance executive.
A man who was denying treatments of people who paid thousands of dollars for healthcare treatment when they needed it most. And so, for the most part, many people are glorifying this man. Remember, he's on trial, and although it's not been proven in court, it's likely that he did it. And strangely enough, if this man hadn't removed his mask, because there was a beautiful girl, smiled at her, he may, in fact, have gotten away with it. Reason number 545 to be careful around beautiful girls.
An entire business model that revolves around making oodles of cash off the corpses of your clients deny coverage for life-saving medical treatment for those individuals that have been paying you for so long.
And so imagine you need that insulin. You need that heart blood pressure medication. You need that surgery. Perhaps you're not going to be with us very much longer, only have a few years to live. And you're thinking, wow, if you give us these pills, this operation, it can extend my life, and you get denied. How would you feel?
Here's a nice little graph that helps showcase how efficient these health insurance providers have become at denying your claims. And United Healthcare, they got it down to a science. They are way out in front. They got the gold medal with 33% denied claims.
And so when you know that United Health Group is perhaps making billions of dollars, billions with the B. When you see the amount of money they've been making since the early 2000s going up by billions by denying health claims, you have to think, what would I have done in that person's shoes? And so I'm not doing this video to judge. I'm not doing this video to say if he's right or wrong. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about whether or not this guy, if he's actually natural. I was suggested to do a video. It said, Greg, you got to do a natty or not. I want 30% of the ad revenue. He's joking. He's saying, this would be a great idea. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I dare. But now that I've seen someone else do it, I'm basically going to comment on what he states. And so let's watch this video, and we're going to see why I disagree with some of the things that he's been saying.
Natty or not on Luigi Mangione. Now, he is raising a lot of suspicions recently, mostly because of his cap delts and defined abs.
Yeah, I'm thinking the suspicions he's raising is not mostly if he's natty or not, but probably whether or not he was holding that thing and did that thing to that guy for whatever reason.
Now, when we analyze something like this, we have to take a look at his diet first. Is he eating enough calories? Is he eating enough protein to support his muscle growth?
This is bullshit. You don't need to analyze their diet. You're going to tell me that you're going to decide whether or not this guy is natty or not based on if he ate enough protein or not? Oh, I don't think so because he went to McDonald's too much and McDonald's isn't very healthy, and so you can't build a physique like that if you're going to McDonald's. Have you guys not seen Cali Muscle? Was he not the guy that said he basically ate ramen noodles and perhaps some tuna fish and was in prison and still built a ridiculous looking physique? And why do you think that was? Well, for many years he said he was natural. Come to find out, of course he wasn't. And so I certainly don't think you need a certain amount of protein to be able to say if somebody's natty or not. Oh, science says this, science says that. Every week, somebody's saying something else. Oh, it's been now proven that you need way more than 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Oh, this week, it's 0.8 grams per pound. This week, it's 1.2. listen, as long as you're eating enough calories and you're getting a decent amount of protein, I'll call it 1/2 gram of protein per pound of body weight, you're probably going to still get freaking jacked if you have great genetics and you're on performance-enhancing drugs. You really think if I lowered my protein intake a day to 90 grams, which would be less than 1/2 gram per pound of body weight, that I would suddenly lose all my muscle so long as I'm eating enough calories to sustain my body weight? Of course not. And so guys, girls, if you're eating minimal amounts of protein, you're not a vegetarian, a vegan, you're probably going to build muscle. Now, is it optimal? Probably not. You perhaps will only build 80 or 90% as much muscle as somebody who's doing everything perfectly. But think of it, 80% of the maximum amount of muscle you can build when taking test, trend, D-ball, and so on, it's certainly a shit ton more muscle than somebody who's 100% natural, who's doing everything right.
And the second thing we have to look at is, does his height and weight fall within the natural genetic limits? So I'm just going to go ahead and guess he's around 185 pounds, which does fall in the natural genetic limit.
Let's now look at his fat-free mass, which is absolute bullshit and does nothing to determine if somebody is natty or not. If you have a young man and he's within those limits, does that necessarily say that the guy is natural? Absolutely not. Oh, you've been training in the gym for 3 years and your fat-free mass is within the normal range, and so I'm giving you the pass, you're probably natural. This is bullshit. In comparison, you've been training perfectly, but you've been doing it for 15 or 20 years and you're over it by a little bit. Oh, you must be a fake natty because your fat-free mass is above 25. My fat-free mass when I was 100% natural was above the limit. Does that mean I had to be not natty when I was actually natty? Of course not. I know I was natty. The fat-free mass, it says otherwise. In case you're wondering, at my height of 5'6" tall, at 8% body fat, the most I could achieve natural according to fat-free mass index is 169 pounds. And in case you're wondering, I competed 100% natural and I was heavier than 169, and I most certainly was below 8% body fat, and that was while I was dehydrated. I'm 8% body fat right now and I weigh 192 pounds this morning. And so I'm 23 pounds above the natural limit. And yes, you know I'm not natural, but does anyone think that if I went off HRT, or if I'd never done HRT in my life, if I've never abused steroids, do you not think it's possible that at 5'6", I could have been 170 pounds? 5'6", 170 pounds, I'm telling you, I promise you, that if you have elite level genetics like Coach Greg, I'm not trying to brag, but hey, my genetics are elite. Yeah, I'm a 5'6" manlet, but it is in fact elite level genetics for what I'm doing. You don't think that there's anyone out there that maybe has better genetics than me? That at 5'6", that maybe somebody in the world could weigh over 170 while having 8% body fat? Does anyone think that's humanly possible? And so the next time you see this fat-free mass bullshit, you throw it out the window. If you have shit-ass genetics, even with testosterone, trend, and so on, you're not going to above the fat-free mass index limit. If you have horrible ability to put on muscle, for example, Jack's Fit or that new guy, the guys have been hanging around with Connor and Shan, do you really think those guys could go on testosterone and trend and suddenly their fat-free mass is going to be above the limit? You really think Jack's Fit, if he went on steroids, instead of weighing 130 pounds, is suddenly going to weigh 230? Oh, I went on test and trend and I put on 100 pounds of muscle. Probably not. And so even with steroids, Jack's Fit, I'm telling you, will never have as great a physique as I did when I was natural. And so just because your fat-free mass index is above the limit doesn't mean you're not natural. And just because it's below the limit doesn't mean you're natural. Now let's consider this. Is it possible that he's perhaps watching social media? Maybe occasionally. Perhaps he stumbled upon a video by the Trend Twins, Sam Sulik, maybe Chris Bumstead, perhaps Alex Eubank, or dare I say it, Coach Greg. Is it possible he's watched one of those videos? And at the same time, he thought, maybe I should try some SARMs. I like looking attractive. After all, did he not remove that mask and smile at the lady at the front desk? Was she not attractive to him? Did he not try to impress her? And if he's been trying to impress her so much that even with a ski mask, he removes that mask, shows off his face to her, which ultimately leads to him being captured, is it not possible that he was using something, let's call it Ostrine, A rad 140, a peptide. Perhaps he had a sore hand from practicing his aim. I don't know. And so he resorted to taking performance-enhancing drugs. Could have been testosterone, could have been tren, could have been anything. Just because his body weight is estimated by this man to be 185 at 5'10", does that mean the guy is natural? Many of you think that Hussein Farhat, that there's no way that he's natural. Hussein's 184 pounds and 5'11", taller than this young man. Many of you think there's no way Hussein is natural. What makes you think that this guy is natural? Remember what Mike Israetel said?
Like all I feel is Turk rage.
If you're taking testosterone, your testosterone levels are 10 or 25 times the normal level of a normal man, and you're susceptible to that, could that not change your behavior? To give you more confidence. Now, remember, when you take performance-enhancing drugs, it in essence shrinks your balls, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a metaphor. He had some big balls. To do what he did, to dare to do it. Could testosterone not have caused him to have that confidence in himself? That dominance hierarchy? You did that, I'm going to do this to you. Does anyone think that maybe that's potentially possible? That perhaps he was taking something. What is my personal opinion? I don't think he's natural. You're thinking, why would you think that? It's naturally achievable. So is Alex Eubanks' physique. Doesn't mean he achieved it natural. Just because one man can do it doesn't mean that everyone can. And so with today's social pressures, society's expectations to be the best at everything, don't you think it's possible that he resorted to taking something to get that physique? And so look at this guy's physique. The full six-pack, the well-formed chest, the arms, the delts. Does he look natural? Most people who look like this are not natty. Does that mean that everyone is? No.
He's got the tricep, the shoulders bulging out, the abs. When you see this photo, guys, if he's taking juice, I mean, it's probably possible, actually. I mean, I know so many juice heads that look like this.
But when you see a man who looks like this, chances are they're probably not natural. Just like when you're playing poker and you have pocket aces, you're probably going to win the hand. Will you always win? Nope, you're only going to win 89% of the time. 11% you're going to lose. And so is there a chance that he's actually natural? Absolutely. Of course there's a chance. When you do natty or not some people, it's essentially a gamble based on what you know. And based on what I've seen, based on his physique, based on what he's done, I'm predicting, hypothesizing, guessing that he's not natural.
The third thing we're going to look at here is one of the cornerstones of his physique, his capped delts. Now, he is known for holding up objects at arm's length for an extended period of time.
Many hours of holding up an object, perhaps practicing at a range of sorts. The object's not that heavy. It's perhaps a couple of pounds. And doing high repetition work into the hundreds of repetitions for hours on end, it's not going to build you capped delts. If that was the case, people who are doing bow and arrow, archery, and so on, their delts would be huge. But what we know is that to maximize muscle hypertrophy, you typically don't want to do repetitions for hours. Last I checked, is it not closer to perhaps 5 to 15, maybe even 30? But I don't think it's in the hundreds. If that were the case, cardio athletes, riding bikes and so on, everyone would be jacked, but that's not how it works.
So overall, I do believe that Luigi is natural. I think we can chalk this up to having gigantic balls producing more testosterone than the average human.
Obviously, I get it. Y'all gonna write in the comment section, he was being sarcastic. He was just having fun.
And I'm being sarcastic.
Do you guys not think that I have an actual brain, that I'm actually smarter than I look? Just because I lift things up and put them down, just because I'm the T-plug, that I'm selling you Turkesterone and Geo2 Max. By the way, there's a money-back guarantee on our Turkesterone, which is actual Turkesterone from Uzbekistan. I dare you to test the other companies. I can't wait to blow the lid on other companies. Not yet. But we have Turkesterone, and other companies, well, for the most part, they don't. So if you want Turkesterone, click the link in the description. We also offer a $20 gift card in case you don't like it, you don't feel it, you don't think you had a great experience. It's on us. No problem. And so what do you have to lose? Do other companies offer the same thing? Have you asked them if they actually sell real Turkesterone, or is it fake? Ask them if they're actually selling you the plant from Ajuga Turkesterina. Ask them that. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Ask your favorite companies. Anyone, write in the comment section, do you not believe me? I can't wait to read you. I dare you to doubt me. Do I look scared? Ask my favorite competitors. Who do I compete against the most in terms of selling turkesterone? Who are the other companies selling it? Ask them, do you even sell the right plant? Ask them. I dare you. And so if you don't buy turkesterone from me and you buy it from someone else, I warned you. Oh, and by the way, the same deal is on our protein bars, the Seco protein bars. Can you see how much passion I have in this? I'm not making this shit up. You think I'm some paid actor? I didn't even take drama in high school. I don't know how to act. I just know how to react. And I know that what I feel and what I say, it's 100% authentic. I'm not bullshitting anything. And so when I tell you something, you can take it to the bank. It is not a lie. It's 100% the truth. And I'm telling you, we have real turkesterone from Uzbekistan. And I dare you to ask the other competitors what they have. I double freaking dog dare you. And so let me know in the comment section. Do you think this guy is natural? Or do you think he's enhanced? Did you like my reasoning? Does my analysis make sense? Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch one of those two boops. And of course, cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team. The Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Remember, if you don't have money, get to the website, get the free diet and training program. Also, join the 400,000 plus newsletter subscribers. Remember, I've given over 100,000 of these free plans away. And so don't say I haven't done anything for you. And until next time, I am out.